Hello, and welcome. Hi, Luco. You're not new here. I love all my friends. They're like, "Hey, I'm new here." People I've known for like 3 years.
Hello there.
Luca. Welcome in, peoples, and welcome to the final stream of ARR. Well, I might do other ARR level stuff. The final stream of ARR MSQ. Yeah, that's the ticket. Let me get some audio, some music going. There we go. Some nice, chill, relaxing stuff for us to fail miserably, have all of our grand achievements fall apart and ruin everything. Finally moving into Heaven's Word. Maybe. I don't know that I'll go straight into Heaven's Word. I'm definitely planning to finish up 2.5 today. Unless, life throws a shitstorm at me and I have to stop for some reason. I'm planning to finish up 2.5 today. I don't know if I'm going to go straight into Heaven's Word next week or if I'm going to do a couple more things in ARR before moving on in the MSQ. I know that next week I'm probably going to put together like a compilation video of all my post ARR stuff, so I don't really need to record stuff for that time. So I don't know if I'll even actually stream this game next Wednesday. I may just play other games and stuff and work on some of this stuff off stream. And then I still kind of like to get back into Bahamut if I can manage to get the I'm getting pretty good. I got some more materia. Some more materia. Not a lot, but a little bit that I can try and meld into my gear for control stats. And I have also been going kind of ham on the allied societies. I always want to say beast tribes. The allied societies. Hi, newbie. Welcome in. Yep, totally new. Never seen you before. Mostly the Ixal. Because the Ixal at rank 5 have the ability to buy rank 3 materias with their uh, beast tribe token. Yeah, I still call them tribes all the time too. They have the ability to buy rank 3 materia, crafting materia, with their token, and then they also will give you 3 quests each day, which will reward you, I think, with rank 4 crafting materia. I only need control, so maybe only one of those quests will really matter to me, depending on what, if it's one of each materia or if it's just sort of random which one they give you. I don't know. So that's mostly what I've been trying to do off stream is rank up the Ixal. And then I've also been, well, I don't have it here to show off, but I crafted over 100 of the spicy tomato relish, which is a mastercraft recipe in Culinarian that you can use to go buy artisan gear from the dude in Mordona. And so like 100 spicy tomato relish got me like 50-ish artisan spectacles, which I then just desynth in order to get more fieldcraft materia, which I got none of. That was great. I went through 50 artisan spectacles. I got like 3 mastercraft demi materia, which is pretty good, I will admit, but I got 0 fieldcraft demi 3s. Like, that is an insane RNG there to go through 50 of them and get no fieldcraft 3s. So, basically off stream, I'm just sort of gathering things from time nodes like that. And then I'm grabbing some of these non-time node materials so that I can just make more and more and more spicy tomato relish, buy more artisan gear, desynth it, all that sort of stuff. And I've also pretty much capped out my gil, which means when I finish 2.5 today, hopefully, and I unlock my next job allowance, I will have the gil to buy it. I don't know that I'm going to buy it today. So there's one job I can get access to here in ARR zones that I do know I want to get pretty soon. But there's also one job that I can't get access to till I get into Heavensward that I know I want to get pretty soon. And I'm wondering if I should go ahead and get the ARR or ARR zone job today when I finish 2.5, and then maybe pick up the Heavensward one after I get back through the Coils of Bahamut stuff. I think that'd probably work better. Yeah, so I probably will go ahead and get a job after I finish the MSQ today. So I guess you'll see what that will be at the end of stream. But we got a whole chapter of the MSQ to get through. One of the most like dog shit. No, one of the most like dreary chapters imaginable, and we got to get through the whole thing today. So let's just go ahead and get into it. So yeah, off stream, I'm just gonna keep working on the Ixal. I have Beast Tribe allowances again today, another 12, and by doing those, I should get enough to rank up the Ixal again today. That'll be off stream. And that's all I'm doing is basically gathering together recordings of me doing the story quests of the allied societies as I go. That's what I'm doing. I'm just doing that all off stream. And then eventually, once I'm finished with all of them, I'm just going to put together one episode of like the series on YouTube that will just have like all of the storylines of the allied societies in one episode. But I'm definitely ranking up the Ixal as quick as I can to get access to better crafting materia. And I could try to meld some of my stuff today if I really wanted to. I suppose I could try. Advanced materia melding. It would be not the Fisher stuff. Not any of that stuff, so that doesn't work. Wolfram, nope, not interested. Topaz stuff is for my warrior. There's my crafting ones. Yeah. So I can't put control 4s in there? Why not? Is this only eye level 49? This is eye level 55. Okay, so I can't put control 4s in there, so I may as well use my control 3s here then. If I can't use control 4s at all, then it really doesn't matter if I use control 3s. Okay, that's 3. 6? Come on, I got 2 chances. I'm not likely to do it, but let's... Come on, give it to me. Yes! I got it. That's 6. Oh my god, that's great. I just got half the control I need. I just got half the control that I need in order to hit the breakpoint to craft the highest level ARR items. That was super lucky there. And, CP, but this only does control 3 as well, right? Okay. Then I need... Not this amethyst stuff, not that stuff. Wrists. Militia wristlets will be my best bet because it has the least melding in it already. And I have plenty of room for control. I've only got one chance at this at 32%. Come on, baby. Give it to me. Come on. Nope. No such luck. Okay. So, I got half the control I need. I need another... Oh my god, Baron, you already put it together. You already put that one together, Baron. Oh, Jesus. I knew you were threatening to use that one on me, but I can't believe you already put that blurb together. Anyway, I got half the control I need. So I need another 6 control, and I think I have enough to craft the final recipes of ARR. I've been trying for several days. Oh, God. And at that point, I will be able to get back into the Bahamut raids as soon as possible, hopefully. We'll see. It kept erroring. Oh, man, Baron. At that point, I will have the stats to craft the eye level 110 gear. I will also have the stats to craft myself the better gathering set, which should get me the stats I need to get the fish I need to complete the next stage of the relic, or to get deeper into the next stage of the relic. At that point, I may end up, yeah. If I can manage to do that, then I may end up putting an episode or two together, like one that's going back into the Bahamut raids with my friends, and maybe another one that's like finishing up my relic to get the highest eye level stuff I possibly can, sort of before I move on to Heaven's Word. I think I'm gonna get there. I'm not there yet. It's all sort of RNG dependent, so it could just screw me completely and I don't get anything that I need. That is possible. But the way things have been going, it feels like I will get the stats I need, and then I need to gather the items I need, and then I can start crafting the gear, and I should be able to get back into the Bahamut raids and get the rest of my relic done within the next like week or two, I feel. Again, RNGesus may just stomp me into the ground, but we shall see. Ah. Alright. I got lots of stupidity to get through, and only a while of 3, 4, 5 hours to get through it, whatever. So let's do this. Manphilia, let's watch it all fall apart. Address the ASEAN threat and pressing concerns. Saying Shiva will not be the last primal. We're done with primals for now. We're good. You don't need to worry about primals for a while now. We're good at the moment. Primal threat was once the sole priority of the Scions. Yeah, well, today we got much bigger things to deal with. Oh my god, we need not shoulder the burden alone. We've got an entire organization that's totally loyal, who's going to help us out, and we'll just offload more of our workload to them with no oversight? Cool, let's do it. We have all the resources we need to address the mid-turn. Yeah, sure. If some diaper baby freaking nerd had bothered to actually manage the resources we had, rather than just creating them and then throwing them out in the world with no oversight, then maybe we could have done something. But no. He's such an idiot in this phase of the MSQ, man. He is so terrible. I mean, that's part of the... That's intended. It is intended to see him as, like, naive and foolish and sort of, like, overly full of conceited. That's the word I'm looking for. Conceited. It doesn't help to make him a much better character, though. It still makes for a really bad introduction to his character. He's been struggling to cope with the revelation that one of their highest ranking officers... Yeah, well. The monitorist wasted no time, blah, 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 blah. Yep, sure, monitorist is AR. Voice makes him somehow worse. Sam Riegel. Yeah. It's just, I don't know. I think it's more because of my familiarity with Critical Role that I keep seeing Sam Riegel's face when Alphino talks, and it just doesn't work for me. If I am to stay abreast, if I am to say asked of the latest developments, aside, the issue effective orders. What you don't though? You don't do anything with the freaking organization. You create it and then you ignore it. That's literally all you do. Waste time traveling back and forth. So I think it'd be best if I were to remain in Old Da. Yeah, sure, go ahead. Go, spend time in Old Da. I would say so we don't have to deal with you at all, but the game immediately sends us to Old Da to deal with him. Pretty much. Actually, I think we deal with Moon stuff first. Key problem, how to form an ethereal blade at will. I don't know. What could we possibly do? Hey, what's that over Manphilia's shoulder sitting on the wall there? What could we possibly do? Granted, at this part in the MSQ, almost nobody understands the like ethereal capabilities of Tipsamati. There are, I think, like 2 characters in the Scions that understand what Tipsamati's capable of right now. I'm pretty sure that's like Urianger and Papalimo, and that's it. I'm gonna stay abreast of the situation, she stated boobily. Yup. Stay abreast of the situation, she stated boobily. Says like act in ways that those more tightly bound organizations and nations cannot. Yeah, I'm a free agent, which is why nobody's ever paying me. Not that your response is ever in doubt. Yeah, because the game wouldn't progress if I said no. Like, there's multiple points where the game would just stop progressing if I said no, so of course I have to say yes. Game isn't quite to that point yet where it's ready to have a machinist interrupt and a no response to every single question, and yet still somehow progress the MSQ. Just be like, nope, and shoot everyone in the face, and somehow you still get through the MSQ. Newbie, wait. God, too many points. Yep, newbie's definitely accumulated too many points. Thanks, newbie. There, I paid you. 21k right now. Oh my god, Baron. Just saving them for a day when you can abuse me for like 10 hours. Oh my god, Luco. How could you possibly have that much, Luco? Oh my god. Oh man. To be fair, I use them constantly. It should be, yeah. And when he say, so a favor to ask. I'm a hoarder and a lurker. There's that, I suppose. Oh man. I guess it's a good thing I didn't put a Kenshi redeem in mine, Luco. Otherwise, I think you'd have what you need to redeem it. Or did you make that 500k? I don't remember if you made that 100k or 500. Was it 50? I don't think it was 50. It's 500k. Okay. Yeah. So, like, there's only one person in your entire chat who's gonna bother to not waste their points long enough to try and build up for that. Only Perf. Yep. Only Perf can redeem it. Oh my god. From one's usual blah blah blah. Yep, beat me in my freaking ear and go, pray return to the way, I mean, rising, I mean, the whatever. 500k and a friend of yours? Oh, jeez, how do you have 500k in anyone's? Oh no, Real is out here. I find it hard to imagine anyone getting 500k in, like, anyone's chat. But that being said, I don't tend to just, like, leave a bunch of streams open and lurking or things like... I know there are some people that will open up, like, 3, 4, 5 streams at all times during the day and just lurk in a bunch of the channels to, like, send support and stuff like that. But, like, I just don't do that, right? I have too much other stuff running on my computer that I really don't want to, like, Chernobyl melt down my computer every day, so I just don't. I have maybe one stream open that I'm lurking in at any given time, if that. I'm saving for the redeem that forces her to play ukulele, your most hated game. Why are you going? I always have Twitch open. Yeah, there is. There are those people. It's like 5 tabs open, just lurking in every channel and just whatever. All my friends are live. I open their streams even if I'm live myself. That I do not do. That is one thing I do not and never will, at least with my current computer, do, is open other people's live streams while I'm live. That will kill my computer. Be escorting the commander to old die. Take it. And then text him out. Oh. Okay, what do you got for me then? I'm only ever in one stream at a time for the most part, with some exceptions. That is that. I'm making inquiries into the source of the weapons. Something promising. Ooh, what do you got? Large purpose of sharp and pointy things by a black marketeer. Okay, then. Mainly when someone is doing a collab and I need to mess with their collab. Yeah. Open the multiple collab partners when we're streaming collabs together just to mess with them. Yeah. He has to have clients waiting, blah, blah, blah. Okay. Doling out swords and spears, the downtrodden and disgruntled. Oh, great. Oh, yeah. That merchant, yeah. They're just gathering a bunch of weapons together to, like, arm a bunch of downtrodden peasants. Be prudent to intervene before they collect their goods. Yeah, we might as well go see what's going on. They open themselves to some harmless villainy. Oh, man. The strike they pointed out, he might capture the black marketeer as well as his clients. Sure, why not? Rendezvous with Ilbird. Oh, yes, sure, cool. Let's just keep hanging out with them. Pay no mind to my hand on the hilt of my dagger constantly. Just hanging out with my good and trusted friends. Leaning into the fact that according to pretty much all your friends, I am villain good. Do a giant collab where we just fill with each other. I mean, isn't that mostly what Lethal Company devolves into all the time? That's what Goose Goose Duck was. Just a giant collab where we all screwed with each other. It was great. You just kill yourself. There is that. People who just cannot make it through, because honestly I don't super enjoy people who just like can't make it through like any any planet on Lethal Company ever. I have nights like that too sometimes. Nights where it's just like I die every single time in Lethal Company. I'm much worse when I do Phasmo. Phasmo is the kind of game that I don't really enjoy that much on my own time. But I do, you kill yourself on purpose. Yeah, God. But I do play it when I'm, like, collabing with other people that are playing it. Because I do actually get enough enjoyment out of it when I'm playing it with, like, other people and doing collabs with it and stuff like that. But, I'm not very good at Phasmo. And I'll basically die in every single hunt. Not even because I'm, like, trying to. I just do. Legal's my friend. He said there were treasure in that room, and I just walked in there and jumped straight in the mine. Straight out the mine. Jesus. Phasmo's scuffed for you? You've been close hand. Seems guests have arrived. It's hired more than a few men to stand guard. We can deal with that. But this is far beneath a man of your standing. Commander Levy, you're needn't have dispatched you hither. You needn't have been here for any reason. We definitely didn't need you looking over our I mean, helping us in any way. We could have handled this all on our own. Uh-huh. Make for the burning wall. It'll be funny. I will die. Alright. If it's funny, I'll kill myself. It doesn't matter. It really doesn't. One thing that I'd find annoying with just like killing myself whatever in those games though is that you're then just sitting there waiting for like the next run to start. It's just like I'm a little bored now. You started singing in the death screen. You started singing even before the death screen and got me killed because you were singing. So the 1 minute, there's sure to be others. When you approach, create a destruction. My men will slip past and catch the black marketeer unawares. Wait for us outside the tunnel entrance. Let us be off. Good luck, my friend. When I'm alone, when only. Yup. I'm hearing it. You should sing more. Oh my god, Baron. Who goes there? Probably should have summoned this. Oh, I also keep forgetting that I have Chain Stratagem. I can totally use Chain Stratagem when I'm not in dungeons. Like, I'm high enough level that I have mechanics on Scholar that I never think about because they go away every single time I do any sort of duty of any kind, because all my duties are under-leveled for me. We're getting rousing renditions of Oom Papa. The Oliver Twist. Get more people to do collab stuff. Yeah. I'm pretty much always down for that stuff. And the what? The tunnel entrance? You talking about this tunnel entrance? No, they're talking about that. Why did that not seem to show up on my... Oh, there it is. It's just very not noticeable because my minimap is always so small. I'm not going to change that. I always like to keep my minimap like really small and kind of out of the way. But it does mean I miss things once in a while. Guys. What's this all about? Oh no, he somehow ended up horribly dead because they were covering up the... I mean, by accident. He totally resisted arrest. Uh-huh. I love just aggressively calling out the Crystal Braves every step of the way. Like, anyone who's never played this game before, there's no... reveals or anything going on here because I've been like aggressively like tangentially spoiling it every step of the way just for fun. He drew a hidden blade and lashed out. My subordinates panicked and this is the result. Yep, totally. That definitely is what happened. Nurse ate the bastard to bring in an experienced recruit. Damn it, a golden opportunity wasted. He has a weapon! As you sprinkle cocaine on him. Look. Oh my god, he has a weapon! As you pull a knife out of your pocket, throw it down on him, and sprinkle cocaine over the top of him. Look. Oh my god, how could he have possibly ended up dead? Get a massive shipment, and this is anything but... Oh my god, it's almost like most of this shipment is missing? How weird. Walk up to him and be like, hey, hold this for me. Oh god. Best laid scheme. Hunt for the Duskblight sellswords. Gods are good. We will catch them before they escape into the Black Shroud. And they'll all end up dead, covered in cocaine that they were totally selling. Deliver this one tiny box of weapons of the shipment that was supposed to be like dozens of boxes to the base for us. And entrust them to Yu Yu Hase. Yeah, deliver this one box to Yu Yu Hase. My god. We're just like aggressively bumbling into it at full steam with no hesitation. Alf's stupidity is just like contagious, I think. Man, how do these people keep getting so much cocaine? Yu Yu Hase, you have an idea? As Yu Yu Hase looks up with a nose covered in white powder and goes, huh? Nope. No clue whatsoever how they're doing it. It's like, no clue how they're doing it, sir. The deepest voice you can possibly muster. Alright, ads are about to run on Twitch, so I will just... Just what? There's nothing I really need to do here in town. Do I have anything to hawk? No, I'm not really carrying excess stuff. I could make this topaz ring, but really I'm at the point where I'm about to get to eye level 110 gear, so a lot of the stuff I've been crafting for my warrior is going to be worthless to me. That's the secret of Yu Yu Hase's deep voice, copious amounts of cocaine. Oh god. What is... Ah, the Viper. Can't do that. Can't do the Viper. Oh, whoops. I don't have the... I need to enable that. Can I just tell it to run? No. Okay, that's unfortunate. I do wish I could just tell it. Oh, wait. Simulate event. No. Whatever. So, apparently, what? Your bun is now a guild lead. Why? Not that I doubt your abilities, but why did you have to end up being the guild leader for whatever new guild you guys ended up in? Or I'm guessing must have formed yourselves. Chaos. Chaos doesn't really matter. I've been in for ages, has been so dead. Yeah, it got passed to you. Woof. That's not great. Chaos! Chaos! Alright, I have to play this. Let's play him on the weak side so I can reflip him. I can't flip him with that. I can flip him, though. And he's got a 9 on the bottom, so that's going to be rough to flip again. I can flip him, but if I do that, I'm going to end up losing this card. So instead, let's just go ahead and flip her. I can't flip him. I can't flip that one. I can't flip anything. I can gamble by playing it here where it's weak. And that'll let me at least flip it again, which only results in a draw. Wonderful. Good job. It resulted in a nothing. Congratulations. I really don't love Triple Triad, man. I'm not a big fan. Now you own a max level FC with a large house and about 6 bill FC credits. Ugh. No thanks. I'm good. If I put him there, he's going to get flipped, but at least I'll capture this card, I guess. I can't really flip the Onion Knight back. He's got too high stats, so I guess I better just use him as like a a block, a wall to protect me. If I flip him, he's going to get reflipped. That's just going to happen. So will this one. But I can't flip anyone else, so I may as well go for it.
It's free real estate.
My card's going to get flipped, though. And I lost my chance at that one, too. Great. A 9, which means it's even. I'm not going to be able to flip him, which I'm just going to lose this, basically. Yep. I can't even believe that was a draw. I thought for sure I was going to lose that one because I just fucked every single piece of it up so bad. I also hate chaos because of the fact that it forces me to play cards in its own order, which means I'm basically playing terrible cards all the time. She's gonna get reflipped. No matter where I take her from, she'll get reflipped. I'll try and take her from this side at least. So I got his strong points. Oh yeah, that doesn't help me. That doesn't do anything for me. Okay, let's at least play a powerful corner here. A 6 and a 7, which gives me nothing. Wherever I play him, he might get flipped. Either way, I just drew. Either way, I just drew. Blue won? How'd I fucking win that? Huh. I didn't believe I actually won that. I thought for sure that was a draw. Whatever. I hate triple triad, man. I really do. It's just not for me. There's a lot of people who are like, I could play triple triad for 10 hours a day, every day, for the rest of my life, because they just love triple triading, and it's just not me. I'm going to have to play a lot of triple triad for the achievements and the cards and stuff, but I'm not going to enjoy much of it. Triple triad sucks, yeah. Yeah, it pretty much does. I don't enjoy it. Nope, wrong direction. This way. Is he upstairs or downstairs? Downstairs, I believe. Hello, Wilfred. How you doing? Alian and Wilfred hanging out with you, Yuhase? Nothing could possibly go wrong with that. Oh my god. A reliable, friendly crystal braves. Thanks for your assistance. Please use this day. Here's your crate of weapons. Totally just gonna entrust it to you. Nothing wrong with that. Certain black marketeer courteous of Captain Elbert, you say. As we catalog the contents, I'll have them delivered to the Hall of Flames. This can't be everything, can it? Nice to see Alian start to get a little suspicious. Stay with confidence there would be a far greater quantity of weapons. Blatant falsehood. Real is unfamiliar with the ways of old Don merchants who ever strive to present themselves as greater than they are. Thankful that his information was not completely erroneous. Uh-huh. Still worth celebrating, isn't it, Lieutenant? We got more important things to worry about, like fighting those Garleans up north. Oh, great. There'll be no fighting if I have anything to say about it. Our orders are to stand watch, not to seek glory of battle. I do like Aliad. And Wilrid tries to sort of turn himself into a pretty decent character. It doesn't work out for him, but he tries. You know, I shall take my unit to the ceruleum processing plant. Worth to earn their keep, eh? Fight well for the freedom of all. Are they each squad leaders? Or is Wilrid part of her squad? I didn't realize that Alian led her own squad. I kind of thought maybe they were part of Yu Hase's squad. But it sounds like Alian leads her own squad. I don't know if Wilrid does. He seems way too immature to lead his own squad, so maybe he's just part of Alian's. Moral Flames will hear of your contribution until we meet again. I'm watching you, Tiny Potato. I know that we all have deep villainous threads buried in the deepest, darkest depths of our heart. So I'm watching you, Tiny Potato. Oh man, Sapphire Avenue. I also like that like Real is having none of this. You know what I mean? Like Real gets good information. It turns out it's bad information, or so they say, and Real immediately is like having none of this. Real is a pirate. Real is having none of this bullshit. You know what I mean? He's immediately like, someone is screwing with our information. I promise you what I got was good, which means someone knows what we're like discovering and is messing with our information. Like, that's what happens when you try to make a pirate believe that he's getting bad information. It's like, I don't fucking believe you. Of course I got good information. Better in the market for privacy, I find, all the hustle and bustle. When you and the captain interrupt the exchange, what happened? Tell me everything, leave no detail out. I also like that Real is, like, really smart. Real is very smart. Like, he's very, very clever, which is fitting for a pirate. Like, as soon as things start to go bad with the Crystal Braves, Real just, like, vanishes. You know what I mean? It's like, by the time anyone might choose to try and move against Real, he's already just, like, disappeared. It's not quite how the first told it. The sites they were chasing, latest word is that we lost the trail. Uh-huh. Saw them yourself, not before the fighting started, and not after. Something ain't right. I don't know what it is, but I can feel it in me bones. Not daft enough to be misled by some merchant's drunken boasts. Our information was reliable, god damn it. Yep. See, Real's immediately like, something ain't right here. And I'm gonna disappear before people start killing me. As if I've never deciphered a moneylender's books or had to follow a transaction back to its source. Yuhase's darkness is all in the open and it is vocal cords. Plenty of that back when the Braves were getting started. Believe me, the commander wanted assurances that we weren't taking Gil from the wrong sort of benefactors. Wait. Then should I be blaming Real then? It sounds like Real was the one digging into the moneylender's books to make sure we weren't taking Gil from the wrong people, and yet we totally ended up through multiple shell organizations taking a bunch of Gil from the syndicate. Money flows like waters. The first and third get the shiniest new toys. Oh my god, it's almost like they're giving them to the people. Uh-huh. In these days, and I appreciate lending in here. Alright then, best get back to it. I don't remember if you interact with him again. For some reason, I think I remember him basically just vanishing at this part of the story. Like, before anyone can try and move against him or whatever, he just sort of disappears because he's clever like a pirate, but I don't remember for sure if that's what happens. Oh, back to the Rising Stones. Are we gonna go speak with a dragon? Hang out with a Dargan? I've been trying out a couple of new like playlists for the background music at the moment. I'm not sure I'm in love with this one. I think this is mostly like OC remix stuff on this playlist. I don't know. I'll let it go for now. Maybe it's just a song that I'm not a specific song that I'm not a big fan of, but we'll see. Again, that totally means that like most of the stuff I'm listening to would not be DMCA free. It would get caught less often because a lot of it's video game remix stuff, but it would still get caught occasionally by DMCA, which is why it's really good that I'm not letting it go into the VODs. Guess from Ishgard, a most determined lady by all indications. Determined lady? From Ishgard? Lady? Oh, Damn it, Baron. Damn it, Baron. Yeah, this would be, Livia? No, not Livia. Lucia. Undoubtedly. And yes, we're going into the dragon. The Durgans! Antecedent and the solar at present. Not keep them waiting any longer, shall we? Cool, let's go. It's interesting that I'm picking up a couple more MSQ dungeons. Not MSQ dungeons, like MSQ Roulette, but just like in the MSQ dungeon runs. Because those are ones that are guaranteed to have NPCs in them. So I can kind of run them on my own time, off stream, with whatever class, and not have to sit around waiting on queue times. In some ways, just running through dungeons over and over again can actually be some of the better ways to like level up classes and jobs if they're near the level for that dungeon. And that could work really well for my DPS jobs when the queue times are going to be terrible, like 50 minutes long for everything on a DPS job, like it always is. I could just like run dungeons with trusts with duty support, and I can also do Palace of the Dead, and later I can use Wondrous Tales, but I'll probably save that for jobs I don't really want to play.
We have a guest from Ishgard who wishes to speak with you.
Yup.
I believe the two of you have met.
Yes. And I've murdered members of her family, but
I
yes.
had hoped to speak with Commander Leveilleur as well, but I cannot afford to wait any longer.
Oh no.
The Lord
What's
Commander
going?
sent me hither to request your
Are
aid
the
in a
Dargans
matter of
moving?
grave import.
You see now why I had Tataru summon you.
Moon.
Now that we're all assembled, perhaps you would be good enough to elaborate on the nature of the matter which brought you to us.
Yes, please. Just say, Dargans! And then throw me at the Keeper of the Lake and let's be done with this.
The Observatorium's astrologians have sounded the alarm.
That's a lot of freaking U's. Sorry.
Last night, the Dragon Star burned with an
Just say
intensity
alarm.
not seen in 15 summers. Not since the Dravanians engaged the Empire in the Battle of Silvertier Skies.
15 years, huh? That's interesting. So actually, Silvertier Skies probably would have been happening right around the beginning of the story in 1.0. It might have happened in the past still. You may still have had almost nothing to do with it, other than maybe seeing some of it in an echo or something in 1.0. I don't really know. I assume that happened because that happened in the trailer for 1.0. The, like, Leave Quest or whatever trailer in 1.0 is he had an echo of Silvertier Skies. Right? I don't know if you actually did that in the game, but it would have been about the right time, I think. Because if I remember, 1.0 started around 15 years ago, and then there was like a big time skip in 1.0 of like 10 years or something, and then we got to the time 5 years ago when the Cataclysm and all that happened. Not Cataclysm. I've been hearing too much about WoW lately. The Calamity happened.
The northern sky doth burn full bright upon the Wormlord's call.
We get it.
The red behemoth beckoneth.
We
and
get it.
flame consumeth all.
We get it, you nerd. Stop talking like that.
The old Curthan rhyme, aye. The brightening of the Dragon Star is said to accompany the roar of a great worm. The astrologians believe that it was Midgard Soma himself who cried out on this occasion.
Oh my word. It's almost like
After an
dragons are
absence of
really difficult to
centuries,
kill in
the
this
King of
game.
Kings did return to lead his kind against the might of Garlemald, only to fall in his duel with the Agrius, proud flagship of the Garlean fleet. Devoid of life, his corpse remaineth entwined
we
about
know
the
this,
Magitech
Ariange.
monstrosity, even unto this day.
Sure, Bao.
Ariange has the right of it. Whatever this alteration in the Dragon Star portends, the Great Worm has shown no sign of life.
Gee, I wonder if that will
have
stay
the
the
Domans
case.
reported aught out of the ordinary?
Correct me if I'm wrong, but if Midgardsormr had roared, wouldn't we have heard it here in Revenant's Toll?
Roar is
You'd
but a figure of
expect.
speech. Dravanians can communicate in ways beyond our kin. It is for this very reason that we are forced to look for signs in the heavens. We cannot say with any confidence that a great worm roared at all, much less that it was Midgardsormr.
I mean, there aren't many great worms. I think Midgardsormr's children are also considered great worms, but their children are not. I think their children are like generic dragons, worms, wyverns, things like that, right? But I do believe Midgardsormr's children are considered great worms.
Only by directly examining the Keeper of the Lake can we be certain. However, it will take too long to gain the Holy See's approval to dispatch the Temple Knights.
Yeah, because they don't really care that much.
Therefore, Sir Emric would entrust this task
Actually,
to you.
this
Do
would
you
be the
accept?
kind of thing that I would think the Holy See would care about. I know they're working on sort of their own thing at the moment, but the driving force behind it is because they want to kill a bunch of dragons, so you would think they would be somewhat interested in this, at least.
We knew you would not disappoint us. Now, if you would excuse me, I must return and assist the Lord Commander. We have precious little time to prepare.
All
To
right,
prepare
then.
for what, pray tell?
The Dragon Song War.
When a great worm roars, his brethren cannot choose but answer. We prepare for battle.
Also, I wouldn't expect this would be Midgardsormr roaring. This is what ends up sending us to Keeper of the Lake, but I seriously doubt Midgardsormr would have roared here. So this was probably Nidhogg. That's probably what it was. It was probably Nidhogg that roared here, and Midgardsormr is just like they wanted us to check. I'd assume. Because of the fact that the Dragon Song War, like, really kicks off in high gear after this point in the story, I would assume this was Nidhogg's roar. Oh, wait, no. I know for sure this is Nidhogg's roar, because we have the, I forgot that in ARR you also have the Steps of Faith. Like, you don't do a lot with Ishgard until Heavensward, but you do have Steps of Faith in ARR. So, like, Nidhogg's brood attack, and then we have to do something about it right here in this part of the MSQ after this dungeon, and I think maybe after a little more, too. You already know, but I would ensure that you understand the nature of your destination. I don't need you to tell me. I know. Yeah. 15 years ago, he fought the Imperial invasion, took down their ship, seemingly died, wrapped his corpse around their ship in the lake. I can see it from outside our front door. You want me to go there and see if he's alive? Although realistically, any gendered, like, pronouncing of any dragon is almost worthless. Although they do pick their own genders. They do. It's not like they're completely agendered species. They kind of are. I think physically they mostly are. But they do pick their own, like, identity genders. Although, how do they reproduce, then? I think it's asexually, if I remember correctly. If I remember correctly, I think the dragons have asexual reproduction. Can, like, just sort of decide to lay a bunch of eggs almost any time they want. So I think gender is mostly just a personal construct that they decide on. Oh? Why, hello there, hunt target for the week. This is why, or the day. This is why I always like to sort of pick up new daily hunt targets, even if I still have some left over. Because some are a pain in the butt to do anyway, because they'll always give you at least one that, like, you have to wait on a fate to do, which is always annoying. And I don't really want to do that. But, if I just unload my previous ones and pick up a new set, even if I'm overriding some that are not done yet, then I can occasionally just sort of run into my daily hunts as I'm going around doing whatever. Plus, daily hunts don't really give enough allied seals for me to aggressively do them every day. I'll pick up new daily hunts maybe once or twice a week, and I'll do maybe half of those. Just because I happen to fly by them. I was about to send word to Revenant's Toll about the Garleans. Small airships from Castrum Sentry come and go. So the Garleans have been sending soldiers in there too. Anyone want to try and run Keeper of the Lake with me? Although it may be a little late for me to ask that. Because I think I'm about to go in right now. Yeah, it seems rather unlikely, but if it's assurances they want, you've no choice but to inspect the corpse in its entirety. Even the creatures which inhabit the wreckage and the aforementioned Garleans who won't take kindly to your presence, We'll fire upon an airship, so just row your way over there in a tiny boat and climb up. Should I see about other players? I'm playing a healer. I can at least see what the wait time is. Miller, Stargazer. Oh, it's an astrologian. What is an astrologian doing over here at Keeper of the Lake? That makes no sense. You should have already done this. What is Keeper of the Lake at? Eye level 90. Well, I've got that. Eye level 80. Yeah, I've got eye level 90 at least gear. I've actually got higher than 90 because I use mostly 90 and then I also have the relic, so I'm 99. Well, let's do it. Haha, instant pop. Doesn't look like it was a duty in progress either. Oftentimes when I get into Keeper of the Lake randomly, it will be a duty in progress. For some reason, this is one of those dungeons that, like, a lot of people like to just dip on. Big dragon corpse and a bunch of Garleans. Boom, boom, boom. Let me go ahead and snack on an omelet here. Gorlick Sidala. Oh, is he doing single pulls? I thought for a while there he might be going further, but it looks like he's just doing single pulls. I mean, he is listed as a sprout, but he's also a gunbreaker, but I guess that's easy enough. If he leveled anything up to about 50 or maybe 60, then he could have gotten gunbreaker even in ARR. Here we go. Why am I not shielding this guy, game? Why am I keep... Jeez, that was rougher than it had any right to be. Oh, I should be using my frickin' instant casts too. I'm kind of an idiot for not using those. Also, this fight has been made much easier than it used to be. This one is not nearly as complex mechanically. Basically just sit here and whack one over and over again. Nope. It's just that easy sometimes. Like that. That is mechanically much easier than it used to be, those stupid explosions. Oops, wrong one. Where are you going, Yuka? Oh, Yuka is actually going to the right place. Yuka figured that out. Okay, she actually knew what she was doing. There we go. Not too bad. Ah. Give me the... What are those items? Picaroons. High level 100 gear, huh? Interesting. I wonder if we'll manage to open the cage and snag the other enemy here too. Yep, he's going for the field inductor. Game, 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 target. Literally the only thing in this group I want to target, game. Ow. Just hit me with everything, all this like like orange markered stuff that just blasted me with. Oh god! I didn't even notice he was doing that. Why did you just run away from the big enemy, dude? Ow! That! Stuff like that. That, like, instant cast, no sign that it's going to cast it, and then it just blasts you with this AoE Magitech ray is annoying. Granted, all this stuff is much easier than it used to be in a lot of respects, but, like, why do they still have that in the game? I'm getting a lot of like aiming and slaying and stuff like that. Also, this boss used to be quite different, I think, too. I mean, that would make sense, but like... Ah, don't walk back into it. Stay out of it. The flamethrower lingers. Yeah, no, this boss still has this mechanic. But not as many mechanics as it used to. Ow. Ow, 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 ow. Get out of the flamethrower and stay out of it. More Garlean fire. There we go. Now I can hit both of them. And at least the flamethrower is really easy to deal with, as long as you know to stay out of the AoE. Yeah, a lot of not healing stuff. I mean, it doesn't matter too much. Anything I pull out of here, I'll mostly just turn in my Grand Company Descent or maybe use for Glamour. And I don't remember there being anything really at Picaroon or Bogatyr that I really loved on my main, so I'm not too worried about that. He took a lot of damage there. I don't think I just missed that. I think he stood in an AoE. Yeah, I don't think there's really anything at this dungeon that I really care for the look of. Then I need to remember to use my regen and the mitigation too, probably more often. I forget to like use them on cooldown. Not on cooldown, but as often as I should.
Who
Hello,
treadeth
Dargan
now
Daddy.
upon my bones, and waketh
I
me
treadeth
from
now upon thy
slumber
bones.
sweet.
He's definitely awake. He isn't the one who's roaring, that's for sure, though. Also, Keep of the Lake's one that people don't generally love because you kind of have to sit through a cutscene. Not a really long, but a fairly long cutscene for new people. Right. Let's do this. I know pretty much all the mechanics of this fight, unless I've forgotten them recently. Which I don't think I have. But then if I had, I guess I wouldn't remember that I had forgotten them. It is interesting how he uses these big blue AoEs instead of the normal orange ones, which is more of a carryover than anything else. Like, he could just use the orange AoEs, but they've had him using the blue ones for a long time, and so they just didn't bother to change that. Disgust? Yeah, that's just a boom. Let's go ahead and just regen a bit. And we're doing good. Everyone's handling the mechanics really well. Nice bone stack there. I see that bone stack. Multi-stack, so let's just go ahead and shield that a bit. I mean, we're doing great. Mostly. I like that my shield appeared like 1 millisecond before he got nailed by that one. I'm not even gonna bother to put my dot back up again. He's only at like 1%. We're good. Bye-bye. Later, Midgard's Volma. I mean, sort of. Let's go ahead and snooze this ad. Nice work. See ya. Oop. Oh. Give it to you. And... oh yeah, that's what they look like. Yay! Time to go. Now it's time for a real cutscene. Like, now that we've gotten through the dungeon part, it's time for the real lengthy cutscene when I'm not holding other people up anymore.
By her gifts hast thou earned a moment's reprieve.
Sure, great. Cool.
Speak, mortal, and I shall listen.
I never know if they really clarify deeply, like, why Midgardsormr does what he does next. I understand mechanically that they wanted you have to, like, regain the blessing over time in Heaven's Word. I get it. Like, what they wanted you to have a reason to regain the blessing during Heaven's Word, but, like, I don't know that they ever explain why Midgardsormr bothers to do this.
Sons must answer for their father's misdeeds.
So it was Midgardsormr who roared?
We do not forget. We do not forgive.
I just assumed it must have been Nidhogg who roared here, but I think it actually was Midgardsormr then.
7 children did I sire. One now singeth of retribution.
No, I think he is saying it was Nidhogg who roared.
I rise to join in
Oh,
the chorus.
but he's willing to join. Great.
Thou art powerless to silence us, mortal. Yet thou shalt not live to labor in vain. Thy reprieve is at an end.
I mean, is he just doing this to try and, like, weaken us so we can't fight Nidhogg? But it never struck me as if Midgardsormr cared that much. Sort of was like leaving Nidhogg to his own devices, and if he picks a fight with someone stronger than him, then so be it.
Trickery is thy shield. This frail, ignoble creature is not gifted, but chosen. Hearken to me, Hydaelyn. I remember, and I consent. Fear not, mortal. I shall not harm thee.
Sort of. But first... Uh-oh. This isn't gonna be good. Well, dang it.
Mayhap thou thinkest me an oath breaker?
No, what was the, I do need to remember to take pictures more often, because I use them for the YouTube videos and stuff, but...
If thou comest to harm, it shall be
I don't
by
take them as often as I should. And then I have to go back when I'm editing the video and try and capture them, and it's just not as good a quality. Like, he just weakened me. Someone else will kill me.
Thee of thy mistress's feeble blessing. Thou didst profit much by her grace, but no more.
Hello, Tiny Dargan. Tiny baby Midgard's Orber.
The covenant binds me to thee. I shall watch, listen, and wait.
Okay, then.
Fight and struggle, if it be thy will. Man hath ever coveted that which lieth beyond his grasp.
There's some very good images here. Keep the like lots of stuff I might be able to use.
I drink of her body, and thence doth mine own find new life.
Oh, yeah. It basically just has his corpse here sucking up ether, I guess.
When it hath grown whole, the loyal and penitent shall rejoice. The dragon song heraldeth a beginning and an end.
Dragon Song War cometh. The Dragon Song War cometh again. In full force this time. Summon Midgard's Orb by selecting the corresponding blah 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 on the minion. Yep, sure. You're the worst. Were those explosions I saw? Alfredo left a message stating you're to return to the Rising Stones at once. I mean, not at once, really, because I've got an ad coming up and I don't really want to go into the middle of a cutscene and I don't have any idea how long it'll last in the middle of an ad. So, we'll just hold off on that for the moment. But what should we work on now? Oh, you know what? I could look into what I need for the other recipes. That's what I should be looking into here. Okay. No, 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 no. Artisan sandals. 451, 407. Yeah, that's the one I'm still a little low on. Right there is control. I can hit 451 with food. There is technically a control food that I could use, but then I can't do craftsmanship, so... I can hit 451 with food. I still need 6 more points to hit control 407. I am going to need the Mastercraft Demi Materia, so it's good that I've been picking that up. It looks like maybe about 1 piece of Mastercraft per item. So I should have enough for the whole set, I think. Because I think it's only left side. I'm pretty sure it's only clothes. I don't think there is like a jewelry and stuff like that upgrade at this point. Platinum, I think, is easy enough. Yeah, platinum ore. I believe I have some of that already. Treated spruce is easy enough. Hippogriff lumber leather is easy enough. And quick hardening sealant, I believe you buy. Yeah, quick hardening sealant, I believe you buy from the Grand Company. So all of that is easy enough. Nothing here I care about. Yeah, nothing here I care about. Should be nothing here I really care about either. I might make myself a set of Woot stuff so that I can, Oh, that's Gladiator. Oh, that's the shield, that's why. Yeah, I might make myself a set of Woot stuff so that I can have a 110 set for my warrior. Because again, I wouldn't, even though I will get my Scholar up to 110 and be able to get back into the Coils of Bahamut and then be able to pull the raid gear out of the Coils of Bahamut, I won't want to use Warrior raid gear right away because I'd want to prove I can craft the Warrior's best set before moving on to using anything. Also, I don't know if I'll even use the raid gear. I do keep talking about I'll do that eventually, but if I can actually make myself a 110 set and I can manage to get my book all the way to 135, I think it is, that would put me at like 1... 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and 11. So 135 versus 110 would be 110 plus 135. And by 6 would be 1... I don't know. I don't think it would push me up to 120 anything. I think it would push me up to 115, 118, 119, maybe somewhere around there. We'll have to see. But yeah, if I can get the book all the way up to the end, I believe it's 135. And if I can get 110 on all this stuff, then this is actually listed as like a 150, which might help me. That might actually help me. Because this one's listed as a higher eye level, that might actually offset my eye level to a degree to get me up to where I may actually have the eye level to get into every single piece of the Bahamut raids without ever having to pull the raid gear, which would be interesting. I'll still want the raid gear because it's an interesting glam, but I may be able to get through Bahamut without ever having to use non-crafted gear. But that would be interesting. It'll be a little rough because I will have such like low eye level, like barely the minimum eye level to get into the raid type stuff. So my group might be struggling a little more because of that. But most of them will have over eye level stuff, like level 90, level 100 eye level type stuff. So, you know, their stats should be good. Like goldsmithing. It would be in here if there was anything. Nope. Casting, healing. There's the healing I need. Platinum, Wolfram, and silk. That's not even difficult. I don't think I need... Wolfram might need something from the Grand Company. Shaylite. I think you have to buy Shaylite. I don't think you can collect Shaylite. Ferberite and Cobalt you can collect. But Shaylite I think you need to get from the Grand Company. So it does require a little bit of Grand Company stuff. Platinum is just platinum. Platinum ingot is just platinum? No, it needs Razzik sap. Oh, that's why I was collecting so much Razzik sap. I have like a full stack, like 90, not a full stack, like 99 Razzik sap, and I think I need like 120 or 130, something like that Razzik sap, and this must have been why, for the platinum accessories. Although it only takes 9 apiece. Oh, but I need 3 ingots, that's why. Ouch. Yeah, so that's 27 Razzik sap for just that one recipe. Okay. And then this... I don't know if this has anything... Oh, Karimu. No, not Karimu. Healing. There it is, Gloves of Healing. And the Artisan Mitts. in the forager ones. This is more mastercraft, more items I need to buy, more mastercraft. Okay, so I'm going to need more mastercraft then, because I'm going to need 5 for the artisan set and 5 for the forager set, or 4. Maybe 5. People recommend to get a set of gloves that you can get from the Ixal once you've ranked them up, as like one of the best crafting gloves in ARR. But I will probably skip that, since it looks like I can hit the craftsmanship and control I need for like all the crafts. I'll probably just skip over those gloves, and hopefully I can hit the levels I need to get into Heavensward crafting without them. Because that's another thing that's like really kind of on the line. I had to do a lot of work to get to where I could get the Ixal gloves, but I'm also just kind of buying them, so where exactly does it fall in the challenge rules is gray. Okay. So this shouldn't be too bad. I'll need Grand Company seals. I'll need a decent amount of Grand Company seals, and ultimately I'll need a decent amount of Mastercraft Demi Materia, but that shouldn't be too difficult to get the last 4, I think, that I'll need for my gathering and crafting sets. At that point, I should have the gathering stats to get that big fish, which will let me get deeper into the relic. I don't know if it'll let me get all the way, because I don't know what nonsense the other 4 quests are going to demand of me, like to go gather or craft, but it will let me get deeper into that relic, and maybe all the way through, once I have the upgraded crafting and gathering sets. Also, they're not really going to be big stat improvements when I first craft them. That's the thing that I need to get in my head right away, is just because I make the 110? No, 60? 60? Really? I level 60. Waste of time. Just because I make the 4-star gathering and crafting sets does not mean my stats are going to go up right away. In fact, if I try to equip the 4-star gathering and crafting sets, my stats will probably go down immediately. I need to make them, and then I need to meld them. The melding is where they're really great, right? Like, they have much... I assume... like, guaranteed, they have much better melding potential stat gain than the current set that I'm using. How much better, that's where the assumption is. I'm hoping much better, at least enough to get me up to the stat caps that I need in order to craft the first bit of, like, Heavensward gear and get into that crafting. I should be able to get there. If I meld up these sets, like, mid-meld, like fully normal meld, and then maybe 1 extra piece. Also, the fact that they have 3 slots is very helpful too. If you notice, they have 3 materia slots, which means I don't need to start over melding until much later, and you can only meld 5 materia total anyway, right? So the fact that they have 3 slots means I will have much fewer materia shattering on me all the time, because I don't need to over meld them until much later. Scouting, striking, bolero, arachne robe, but I don't know that the robe is the one I want. I thought there was another one I wanted instead. Maybe it was arachne though. Gloves, breeches, sandals, boots. Yeah, so the arachne robe might be the one I need. Yeah, it looks kind of cool, actually. I don't love it, but it doesn't look terrible, actually. Alright. Wait, no, arachne? Is that even possible? Allegan silk arachne web. I don't remember where you get arachne web from. I think Allegan silk drops from the Bahamut raids, maybe? Allegan silk is not something you can, like, craft and gather. Allegan silk is something you have to pull out of, like, a raid or something, if I remember correctly. Arachne web, maybe you can buy from the Grand Company? I don't think so. I'm sure you have to collect this, but I don't know who drops it. Huh. That one might be more of a pain to get into than a lot of the other gear. Although a lot of this is going to be... A lot of the combat gear at 110 is going to require things like dungeon drops, boss drops, raid drops, stuff like that. That's not going to be the easiest stuff to get my hands on. I just hope I don't have to go into the upper raids of Bahamut to pull out the crafting items I need to make the 110 set, because that's going to be annoying. I want to try and do the second and final raids together in one video. If I have to do like the second raids in one video and then farm them for items to craft and then turn around and do the final raids and the final coil in a separate video, that's just going to be a little annoying. Won't be the end of the world, but like it'll still be a little annoying. Someone went live. Jin. Okay. I think that's all. Yeah. Okay. Let me bring this back up. And this and this. All right. Back to the soda. I've got something to tell Minfilia. She'll just love to hear. Guess what? I can't hear Heidelin ever now. He ripped my blessing apart. As soon as Minfilia informed me of Sir Emmerich's request. Keeper of the Lake, I take in, then I would hear your report. He broke the blessing. He turned the light switch off. Conversed with Midgard's armor. Swear were anyone else to make such a claim, I would regard it with considerable skepticism. Understand the Worm Lord did not perish and has in sooth lain dormant these past 15 years? I mean, it's not that long considering it's a dragon. So resurrection and more rejuvenation for he who dwelleth in eternity, years passing his moments. Ambiguous at times. One statement left little room for interpretation. My people have heard this song, Ishgard shall burn. Yep. Dragon Song War is going good. For the dragons. Attack is imminent. Must share this information. Dare not divulge your conversation with Midgard's armor in its entirety. Even acknowledge you heard the voice of a Dravanian is a grave but necessary risk. Yep. People have been executed as heretics for much less than that. For the sake of our tenuous relation with this guard, the truth cannot leave this room. Present our revelation. You may leave that to me. Remain here for now. Sure, pal. I'm sure you won't screw this up horribly. And, like, get me thrown off of the frickin' cliff. Something you're not telling us. Yeah. Missing something. Something important. Those armor stripped you of the blessing of light? You're right? How do you feel? I don't know. I feel fine. Do we really not face any primals in the MSQ until we start getting the blessing of light back? I'm wondering about that. Do we face any primals in the direct MSQ only before getting a single crystal of light back? Because if so, it's weird that we're untempered. I don't remember where you get the first crystal back in Heaven's Word. Believe that any being could possess the power to deprive you of her blessing. Made mention of a covenant, did he not? The ancient myths regarding Silver Tear Falls states that when the waters came into existence, so too did the Great Worm. That is not what happened at all. Like, that's not even close to what happened. Althik and Nemea decreed that Midgard's armor ever watch over the source? Not really. Althik and Nemea may have delivered the message, but it was Hydaelyn. I think it was Hydaelyn directly that Midgardsormr communicated with, and he didn't come into existence when the Falls did. He just, like, immigrated here. The covenant of which he spoke, it was not the gods with whom he treated, but Hydaelyn herself. He's watching over you, as he claimed. Mayhap you will have an opportunity to ask. Yeah, let's just not bother telling them. Let's just not tell anyone that I have a dragon floating around with me. At all times. Thou pawn or master of the... What hast thou wrought by thine own hands, mortal? Nothing of value that will last. But in the first question, art thou a pawn or master of thy fate? I mean, a pawn, very much so. The direct method by which this story progresses, you pretty much remain a pawn to everyone else's whims forever. I can
scarce believe it. You confronted
like,
the wormlord.
You remain a pawn to everyone's whims forever.
I give thanks to Helone for your preservation. It is our sole cause for gladness.
Mm-hmm. Fortunately, there's an attack coming.
The keeper of the lake served to confirm our fears. A great worm has roared, and it makes little difference if it was one of the two in Eorzea or any other. The Dravanians are coming.
One of the two in Eorzea? There's Midgardsormr, but who else? Or is she trying to count? No. She wouldn't be counting Racevelger and Nidhogg, because they're at least in, like, Kurthis. They're actually even sort of further out than that. I don't think she would count that as Eorzea. So I'm assuming she means Midgardsormr, but who else? What other dragon is in Eorzea? I mean, kind of Bahamut is here, but Bahamut's not really a normal dragon, and she probably shouldn't know that Bahamut is here. What other dragon could be in Eorzea? I honestly can't think of who that would be. Tiamat is on Azizla. There are some out in Thavnair. I mean, sort of. There's one in the Void, but there's sort of some out in Thavnair. I don't know what other dragon she's talking about. Other than Midgardsormr, who is the second?
I am told that Ishgard has magical defenses against Dravanian attack, though I am not privy to their exact nature.
I mean, I'm sure they have other stuff, but they have a lot of ballista firing big heavy spears and dragoons.
Will they be enough to repel a massive force?
Ishgard has weathered countless assaults over centuries. This will be no different. And now that you have confirmed the threat, none can ignore the Lord Commander's calls for the wards to be strengthened.
Oh yeah, just magical wards.
I dare not presume to speak for him, but I expect the Lord Commander would sing your praises. I must away, but we shall meet again soon.
Actually, my brain can't stop asking that question. What is the second dragon in Eorzea? Dragons of Eorzea. Nope. Not what I'm looking for. 14 enemies, dragons. I don't know. Maybe that'll work. No, those are normal ones. Those are normal ones. Those are normal ones. Elder, Great Worms. Racevelger, Midgardsormr, Nidhogg, Tiamat. These are only enemies, though, so... Lesser dragons, Ricta, Vivra, worms. Yeah, these are only listing the enemies, though. Here's one that just lists dragons in 14. Origins and the Dragon Star and Midgard Zormer's flight. No. Modern? Not modern. Not the end of the dragon song. The Agrius, Giovanni and Ishgardian conflicts. That doesn't help me. I want to see the, like, individuals. Notable members. Ajdaya, Bahamut, L2, no. Escos, no. Fanum, no. Racefelger, but he's in Sea of Clouds. There's Midgard Zormer, that's one. Nidhogg's in the Sea of Clouds. Ornkai, no. Ratatosker's dead. Tiamat's in Oz's Law. Vedrafolnir. Vidofnir. And Vritra's in Thavnir. This is Vedrafolnir and Vidofnir. Is a wyvern. No, Vedrafolnir is just a fate boss wyvern. Oh yeah, Vidofnir is Racevelger's daughter that you interact with multiple times, so that's not Eorzea either, and she's also not a Great Worm. I don't know who the hell the other one is. I can't for the life of me think of who the other one is other than Midgard Zormer. Because that's a very specific thing to say, the two in Eorzea. Like, if she said the many in Eorzea, I might have thought that she was talking about Racevelger and Nidhogg and, what the hell is Nidhogg's mate's name? I don't know. I can't remember. But, like, may have been including them in that, even though they're in a very different location, right? But she specifically labeled two. So I'm thinking she's talking specifically about Eorzea, like the 3 city-states in that area, the ARR zones. In which case, I don't know who the second dragon is that she's talking about. The only one I know of in an ARR zone is Midgard Zormer. Who could the second one be? I feel like I'm probably missing something really obvious here, is the thing. But I can't for the life of me think about who it is. Nope. Nope. No, that's gonna be way too much. No. 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 Any attempt to try and search for the information is just getting sidetracked by 50 other searches to do with dragons in 14 that have nothing to do with the zone specific or anything. You know what I mean? Like, I just can't.
Countless assaults weathered, and this will be no different?
I mean, this will be very different. This is going to be very different. Good luck weathering this one, idiots. Born of the Dravonians for centuries, nearly 1,000 years. That time not once have their enemies breached their defenses and entered the city proper. Strong as magical wards may be, I nevertheless fear that the Ishgardians are underestimating the gravity of the situation. Yeah. It was not Midgard Zormer who roared. A call to arms by one of the first brood cannot be ignored. Yep. We can do naught to aid them until they request our aid. I mean, that's how it goes. Ether on demand. Okay, we're getting into Moon storyline now. Forget, I believe Moonbrida had requested a gathering of the Scions. Well, then let's go. Wait, where is... Oh, she's over here. Moon. Let's do this already. Asians are next on the menu. Let's head into the Zolar, shall we? Great. We have to go beat up an Asian nerd. I mean, not that he goes down easy, but still, he's the first one to be taken out like a wimp. Well, what do you got for us, Boone?
Now that everything's calmed down a bit, relatively speaking, I mean, I thought it might be a good time to share our progress on the weapon. I believe we're on the verge of a breakthrough.
Huzzah!
Well, don't keep us all in suspense.
Just in case anyone's forgotten, let's start.
Oh my god, we're not reviewing Asian physiology again. No, game, no. I'm not reviewing Asian physiology for like the 3rd time. I'm not doing it. We're skipping this whole scene.
There.
I'm skipping through the dialogue here. This is like at least the 3rd or 4th time they've gone through Asian physiology and like etherology and stuff. Cool, great.
Which left the small matter of their extermination.
Aye. To unmake an Asian soul, one must needs smite it with a concentrated burst, or blade, of purest ether. How...
Short of experimenting on an actual Asian, you see, there's no way to gauge how much ether its soul is made of. As such, we don't know what etheric density our blade needs to have in order for it to work.
So we'll just have to make the densest blade we can and hope for the best.
The biggest, thickest blade that we can. I mean, the ethereally densest blade that we can.
Hang on a minute. Why didn't we think of this before? White aurosite can hold an absolute.
This is also like the
ether,
3rd time you've said that, Ida.
Please tell me you're joking.
They've told you
God's
multiple
sakes,
times that
Ida.
aurosite can't hold it
I'm
for
reliving
long.
the same scene over and over with you.
Thank
How
you,
many times do you
Papaleo.
need to be told that white aurosite cannot store ether for long periods? Being intangible matter, ether is given to dispersion. Only in its crystallized form is it a stable source of energy. I will test you later on this, so see to it you do not forget.
Right, yes. It's all coming back to me.
So our hopes rest on good old crystals again, do they? While they are certainly reliable, they leave something to be desired in the area of portability.
You would need like dozens of crates to create enough energy from the crystals, of the ether of the crystals.
Indeed. I am reminded of the quantity of corrupted crystals required to thwart Leviathan, and the extraordinary lengths to which the Lamentsons went to transport them. What if it should prove that a similar quantity was needed to destroy an Asian soul? Or still more?
I do not envy the poor sod who has to lug all of that around on the off chance that an Asian appears.
That's the very problem we set out to solve. And I reckon we've found the answer. If it isn't practical to lug around the ether we need, we'll just have to draw upon another source.
Oh my god, what kind of source?
And the only viable source is the land.
If you mean to tap the Great River of Ether, know that it will entail considerable risk. Meddling with the currents may well induce a surge like to the one which despoiled Mordona.
Give me a bit more credit, will you? Why would we need to tap the river when there are veritable reservoirs jutting out all over the land?
I mean, that's great in
Eorzea. Corrupted crystals.
You could basically just use the
It might be that
corrupted
their
crystals.
aspect is out of balance, but a crystal's a crystal. It contains ether, and we can help ourselves to it.
While corrupted crystals are indeed abundant, There is no guarantee that they will be in close proximity at a crucial moment.
I mean, they're kind of all over Eorzea, though.
But what if we don't need them to be? What if we could tap their power from afar? A Malm away, say? If we could do that, we'd have ready access to ether aplenty in almost every corner of Eorzea.
Huzzah.
I've yet to put my theories to the proof, but I've got a good feeling about this. If no one has any objections, I'd like to see where this avenue leads.
Sure, why not?
If you think it worth your while, you have my blessing. But tell us, what are your theories? I, for one, am most eager to understand the process, however vaguely.
I thought you might say that, but no one wants to listen to boring old theories all day, do they? I know I don't. So with your permission, I'd like to try something a bit more hands-on. I've already built an etheric siphon especially for this purpose.
Which we destroy super early on. I'm pretty sure we blow this thing up, like, instantly.
Thing is, the profusion of corrupted crystals in Mordona makes it something of a high-risk testing ground. If anything goes awry with the siphon, it would be better if it didn't happen within spitting distance of quite so much ether. Ideally, I need an isolated specimen. Does anyone know where I can find one?
May I suggest northern Thanalan? There you will find corrupted crystals of middling size, standing a reasonable distance apart. Ideal for your needs, I should have thought. Oh, and if you do elect to visit the place, I should be much obliged if you would assist me in another matter while you are in the area.
Great. Everything's all falling apart now.
Has something happened?
Movement has been observed at Castrum Meridianum.
Oh no.
During Operation Archon, the Alliance dealt the stronghold a heavy blow. Its facilities were extensively damaged, and its garrison reduced to a fraction of its former strength. Not long after our forces withdrew, however, their ranks were replenished by reinforcements from Castrum's sentry. They now seek to rebuild, and to this end they have their sights set upon the ceruleum processing plant.
Great.
Having lost the Empire's support, the 14th Legion lacks the resources to sustain itself. To them, this is a bid for survival, and they will doubtless fight like desperate men. Though I have dispatched the Crystal Braves, I fear their strength alone may not suffice to stay the Imperial assault. I would request the Scion's aid in the defensive effort.
If I didn't know better, I'd say you were trying to inveigle us into fighting your battle with the promise of shiny crystals. Well then, consider me inveigled. I won't lie, the crystals you speak of
This is all the
sound
stupid nerd
so the
words
Garleans
everyone's
have to
always
go.
using.
Besides, we can't afford to beat about the bush. There's no telling when the Arceans will next appear.
Thine eagerness to hurl thyself into the jaws of danger cometh as little surprise. Exercise due caution, I prithee.
I mean, she's not one for caution, dude. She's never one for caution.
Though you have become a crystal brave, you are yet a scion, Alphino. We could hardly refuse you. Pray, join the Crystal Braves and lend them your support. Thangred and Papalymo shall accompany you. Ida and Yashtola, in the meantime I would have you assist Moonbreeder. Scout out the crystal clusters.
Sorry, the way her voice actress pronounces Yashtola's name is so weird.
If it please you, I shall continue mine own experiments on white orosite.
Thank you, Urianger. Everyone, pray see to your preparations and depart as soon as you are able. Go well, and be safe.
Cool, I get to go beat up a bunch more imps. I don't even remember this fight, so it's not all that important, really. I doubt it's very important, because I don't even remember this fight being a thing. One's more conspired to rob us of rest and recuperation. Actually, that was you that did that. We should otherwise must ask you head straight away to the processing plant. Yep, sure. Maybe with Ilber, our headquarters in Ul'dah, I'll take command of our forces there with a lighter heart, knowing you're support the front lines. Yeah, I'm sure that'll go great for you, Alphato. Hanging out in the headquarters with all of our soldier dudes in the Crystal Braves. I'm sure that'll go wonderfully for you. Sarah farewells for a time. Flamen travels to Ul'dah, and we shall serve as her escort. Yeah, get out of here. Get out of here. Best bet, every one of the cool characters skedaddle out of the Rising Stones now. Disappear for a while. Unrest and Imperial machinations, threatened by primals and troubled by dragons. We need all the allies we can muster. Yeah. And we're seeing must present a united front. Except it rarely ever does. Eorzea, basically, the Alliance has pretty much always managed to present a united front at the end of MSQ points when it's really, really important, and then sort of immediately break apart and get into their own petty squabbles again. Cilia is involved in such far-reaching affairs. Good for her. Stand at her side not only as a mother, but also as a colleague. That'll last a very long time, I'm sure. Joel connections after your Ul'dah has become a place of danger, even for ones so familiar with their streets. Oh well. She'll be well protected, it seems. The funny part is, I don't even know if she would need them. The dancer class doesn't exist yet, but Flamen would absolutely have been a dancer, like class-wise, if she had one. In general, you don't really see her fight, but she seems totally like she would be capable of fighting. You know what I mean? Like, Flamen seems like secretly is probably stronger than both of these dudes put together. Out to the cerulean processing plant to hang out with Wilred for, I think, the last time. How you doing, bud? So are we hanging out with the fourth? I still don't know if he's part of the fourth. I kind of assume, because like I said, he doesn't seem like someone who's in charge of his own squad, so I figured he's probably part of Allianz. So where'd you becoming? A veteran of your talents is most welcome. I don't think we can handle the situation, mind you. I've learned a trick or two since that disaster with the Abalja. Not that those tricks are going to help you at all. Scouts report Imperial soldiers assembling at Raubun's push. Likely interested in only one thing, getting their hands on the resources found here at the processing plant. I mean, okay, yeah, sure. March any time, speak to Lieutenant Edelstein. We might coordinate our counterstrike. Was this the one where he has to send me around to psych up his own troops because they're idiots? This might be. This moron is like, go psych up my troops because they're all a bunch of lazy bums. These are in Operation Archon yet. We're just about old times, but I fear more pressing matters. Civilian draftsmen, you see, have come across several highly suspicious crates within the boundary of the processing plant. They were explosive devices, yep. Flame station here, conducting a thorough sweep of the compound as we speak. Troubles me that we were unable to apprehend the Imperial spy behind this. I have faith that our men will neutralize the threat for now. I mean, yeah, good luck with that. On the counter-offensive. We're going to mobilize. Leaving the cash room are too few in number to effectively take and hold our position. We'll like mount a swift assault and focus on the acquisition of resources. Support the Crystal Braves. Decided to take to the field. Yeah. Report to Lieutenant Alian and lend your much welcome strength to the counteroffensive. Okay, so this isn't. That must have been during the 2.0 MSQ when he had me psych up his lazy-ass soldiers. I'd forgotten the fact that Alian was a lieutenant of, like, her own squad. Lieutenant Elstine has explained. Garleans had deployed a small force from Castra Meridianum. It assembles to the north near Dalaman's Talons. We've also spied several squads attempting to conceal themselves on the approach to the west. Hi, Elbird. Weren't you supposed to be in Ul'dah with Alphino? Rush forth and commit to battle with the main column, leaving the detached force free to raid the plant and pillage supplies. Not much of a strategy, but they're desperate men. Men bid you and your fellows come lend a hand. Such mighty heroes at disposal, the force should have little trouble contending with the Garleans may throw at them. Okay, yeah, so Wilrid is just part of Alian's squad. Which actually ends up making a lot of sense, that Alian is the one who's trying to get to you and inform you about something before everything falls apart. That kind of does make more sense, that Alian is the one who, like, realizes what's going on earlier than the others and is trying to tell you about it before everything goes, like, tits up. Staging a battle anywhere near this much ceruleum. Let's take the fight to the Garleans. Should any of their storage tanks be exposed to fire? Yes, let's not burn the ceruleum tanks, please. Join the fourth and give battle to the main column. You're the third then, warrior. Light. Intercept these squads hiding out in the west and prevent them from reaching the processing plant. I mean, that'll be easy. I'll literally just have to fly out and hit a couple of battle points. Maybe this is why I didn't remember this big fight with the Garleans. Because there isn't a big fight with the Garleans. I literally just fly out and hit a couple of random battle points in the map, and then I'm done. And the big fight, like, happens off screen. Operations invariably succeed when you're around, and victories are wont to pave the road to greater coin. Idiot. So when the smaller squads, the better conceal themselves within the terrain. We'll need to split ourselves up as well to cover more ground and make sure we root out all the would-be raiders. Seeing you're an army unto yourself, I've assigned you your own areas to scour. I mean, that actually does make perfect sense. Even that's not, like, really sus at all, because it's like, I mean, that's true. The Warrior of Light is a freaking army all to its own. And can absolutely handle these squads alone. Hi. How you guys doing? So your mech is already dead, so good luck, morons. Yeah, this is why I didn't remember this, because there isn't a big fight that we're involved in. Nothing like the later battles in the MSQ, where you have, like, large staged battles. This is honestly just like a, oh yeah, go out to these 4 locations, fight 4 or 5 enemies at each location, and then you're done. I will say that Final Fantasy XIV's version of this is a big war and a big fight got much better in later expansions. The fact that they have multi-stage fights with, like, save positions in the middle of them, and you can, like, roleplay as multiple characters, and you're fighting multiple fronts of enemies and stuff like that is much more interesting later. Team Grim. I'll take that to mean between us more than a few Garlands will be making back to the... Yep. They certainly made us earn our pay. I'd be a happy man if I never had to tussle with another of those Magitech horrors. Bid this war-torn land farewell. Contact the 4th and let Lieutenant Allian know the west is now clear. You do the same when you report to Lieutenant Edelstein. So, like, this is when people start disappearing. I think this is the point where they're like, wait, where's Wilred? And he, like, disappears. Disappears, quote-unquote. Might be here. News of the Garleans. Kill them all. Excellent. Amagina engineers will be most relieved to hear that the plant is no longer in immediate danger. Thanks for your assistance. Ads will be running pretty soon, so let me go ahead and check. What do I have? Western Lenosha, Dark Helmet. Do I have any here? East Shroud, East Lenosha, West Lenosha, East Shroud. Okay. Nothing anywhere near Thonolin then. That's too bad. How about these things? Well, this is probably why I didn't bother to make any glams with any of the stuff from the Keeper of the Lake. Look, I don't really like this look. Yeah, that's not for me, thanks. These are eye level 100, which would get me battle 3s, which I don't really need, so I think I'll turn these into my Grand Company instead. Yeah, I think I'll turn those into my Grand Company. This is an eye level 50, so I'll go ahead and desynth it. Nope, no such luck. Oh well. I can sell that. Let's go ahead and move these over so I don't, like, accidentally sell them. I want those for crafting more tomato relish to get more items to desynth. Turn all of that into my Grand Company, because it really doesn't matter. 300k. What's this guy sell? He sells 45 gear. Actually, yes, 45 gear could be interesting to me. What is the cheapest thing he sells here? It looks like the woolen gaskins. 41, 38. Yeah, that seems to be the cheapest thing he's got. Let's go with that. Boom, 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 and desynth these for chances at battle 1s. Like I said, battle 1s. There we go. Perfect. I mean, not perfect. 40 gear would basically be the perfect level. 40 is the point where, 24 is where you can get battle 1s. 40 is where you can pull 2 battle 1s. I mean, I'm getting decent battle 1s, though. Oh, yeah, pretty decent on battle 1s here. That's good. Not the best of the best, but it was decent enough. What did I need the battle 1s for? The topaz earring. Yeah, I can make the topaz earring now. And that's about it, really. Yeah, that's it. I don't really care about any of the rest of these. These are all eye level 90. And once I get the crafting stats up, I can sort of bypass eye level 90 on any other jobs that I might want to craft gear for, and kind of go straight for 110, or really maybe straight for Heaven's Word gear for those classes. Yeah. I have enough now. I only needed the one thing. What was my... Got the earring. It was the ring. I don't have the ring. Okay. Boom, boom, boom. Decent stats. A bunch of high-grade materials, so I should be good on this. Let's go ahead and do it. I can stop collecting battle ones at this point, as long as this craft goes good. Oh, I need 2 of those. Bum bum. Good condition, huh? Not the biggest. This is an 80, so let's go ahead and do that. Let's do veneration, just to be sure. Careful is 150, 100. Yeah, I could do careful. 120, 100. Yeah, I'll do careful. There we go. And leveled up my goldsmith too. Okay. Alright, I can start just selling these battle ones then. Topaz ring. Still the same eye level, but it'll be better stats. In fact, let me check that. Yeah. 503, 465, 517, 505, 480, 535. Yep. Much better, not much better, but a decent amount better tank stats. And realistically, why would I want to use Sapphire anyway? Like, even if the stats weren't much better, I wouldn't want to use Sapphire anyway, because it's got the most worthless stats on it imaginable for a tank. Like, Mind. Like, you don't need that on a tank. Alright, all of this is getting sold, and I no longer need battle ones. So I can just move these up. So that I'll know I don't need any battle ones there. Alright. Back to Scholar, and let's keep going now that the ads are done. That was a nice little, like, break of something to do while waiting on the ads. Oh, that being said, I can sell this gold, too. Shaylite I'm holding on to for the... Well, I thought I was holding on to it to augment my Wolfram armor on my tank, but realistically, I don't know that I'm going to need that. I'm definitely not going to need it once I get the 110 stat-wise, but I don't know if I'll want to augment it for glam reasons. I'll have to take a look at it again. I don't think it looks very good, though. Uninvited Asian. Some battle materials? Don't care. Just reward of your fellows. Alian has reported a sound victory over the main column and informs me that the Scions have already turned their attention to other duties. All but one, that is. The Rogadan lady with the large axe. Okay, yeah, she's off working on her own project now. Like, all the other braves went back to their normal duties, and she just went off to experiment with her crystals. How you doing, Moon?
Hold on, I won't be a second. The beast seemed peckish, so I gave it a taste of my axe. I I know. As Urianger never tires of reminding me, an axe ill becometh the hand of a scholar. What can I say? I like axes. To hear my mother tell it, I came into this world holding one.
I like that. Like, incredibly brilliant and totally a scholar, but also big axe.
And it's not as if it stopped me.
But I mean, that's how my little potato dude is.
I
Started as a
often think of the man
scholar,
who
but also an
introduced me to
axe,
the
so...
joys of learning. He's one of the reasons I decided to come to Eorzea. Him and my excruciatingly stiff childhood friend. Considering how unalike we are, it's a wonder we ever got on. The world's a strange old place, isn't it?
Yup.
Aye, that ought to do it.
Cool. Can we blast someone then? Create a beam of light.
So far, so good. At these concentrations, it shouldn't matter too much if something goes awry. Just enough ether to make it interesting.
Okay, then.
Did
Not
you
enough
see that?
ether, though.
The way the crystal glowed?
It's not enough ether.
The siphon works, I'm happy to say. With a few refinements, it should satisfy our appetite for ether, which just leaves the small matter of forging our blade. I'm not sure how to go about it just yet, but I swear to find a way. I'll put a blade in your hands if it's the last thing I do.
Moon. Phrasing. Phrasing, Moon.
He senses me. A useful talent.
Come out, nerd.
Hanassian, are they onto us?
By your brand, I see you are an Archon of Sharlayan, keeper of knowledge, seeker of truth. Meddler.
I don't know what the hell's you're saying, but
Shut
I
up,
don't much
nerd
like your tone.
Brialis.
Your instincts serve you well. But come, be not unsettled on my account. That lovely brow was not made for frowns.
Shut up!
But I waste my breath.
You're not nearly as smooth as you seem to think you are.
Let me direct my words to one who understands them. We meet at last, warrior of light. I am Nabriales.
Mm-hmm. Some nerd
And you have long been
who most people can't even remember existed.
I suffered the overweening presence of La Habrea that men might host the power of gods, only for you to undo my hard work.
Moon.
Oh, bugger.
Do settle down. You must concede that I acted in self-defense.
Shut up. Just fight or leave already. I don't care.
I do not sense the blessing of light. Oh, dear. Could it be that frail Hydelin has forgotten her champion?
What a dork.
This I did not foresee.
He's such a pompous dork for how easily he gets blasted.
You are no longer a threat. And better yet, the seal is broken.
See, I don't understand why, like, I was some sort of seal to prevent them from going there. That makes no sense. There are other people with the Echo there.
Now is the time to claim the stuff.
But I guess there's maybe no one else with the Blessing of Light. The Echo and the Blessing of Light are two different things.
With it in my grasp, I shall rise above them all.
Oh my god, shut up.
Place at Lord Zodiac's right hand.
Elidibus doesn't even like you. Why do you think you would ever be able to be Zodiac's right hand? You're just some nerd that Elidibus deals with.
Us? Nabrialis, he calls himself. With charm like that, I'll bet he has maidens falling at his feet, unconscious. But this staff, you say just talking about it had the bastard grinning like a brat on his name day. Must be quite a staff. Oh, gods. He means Tupsimati, Master Louis Soir's staff.
Interesting how she made that leap so easily.
Minfilia's in danger. We have to get back to the
It is
Rising
interesting
Stones.
how she managed to make that leap. Like, I kind of get it, because he said there's no more shield there because I no longer have the Blessing of Light or whatever, so it's like, well, he's probably going to the Scions then. But it's like, how did she manage to make that jump? Oh, he needs Tupsimati. Okay, no. It's like, oh, look, everything is perfectly fine here. There's no problem whatsoever. That's interesting. No one's in any danger. Nothing's going wrong. Oh, wait. Everyone's basically gone, too. That's the weird part, is, like, there's no one even out here. Minfilia has been beaten up and kidnapped again. It's
You
like,
too.
good job, Minfilia. You're doing great.
So, you were able to divine my intent. What now, warrior of light? Ah, but that name is no longer fitting. You
Shut
have
up,
become
you nerd. You
decidedly
pompous nerd.
dull and quite incapable of barring my entry.
I mean,
What do
that
you
doesn't
mean?
stop me from kicking your butt. Like, I may not be able to
truly
keep
do
you out
not
of the Rising
know.
Stones, but I can still kick your butt.
Then I suppose it is only right that I enlighten you.
Or don't. Just move on with
The
it.
blessing of light kept you and your fellow meddlers safe. It was that which prevented my kind from entering your domain. My kind, I say, though it had no power over the likes of Elidibus and La Habrea. Being of this world, they could come and go as they please, while I could only look on. But I need look no longer. Now that the seal is gone, I mean to act. Unlike the others, I am not given to waiting.
Okay.
I shall take that staff.
I don't understand how he thinks the staff would be enough to cause a rejoining, though. That's like, the staff's strong, don't get me wrong, but a calamity? I don't think so.
Rejoining? Then it was your doing. The Isle of Val, the scholars, all of it.
No one cares.
You will not harm her!
I mean, you can't stop him, though. So... Doing good, Moon! Doing great!
Moonbreeder!
Why must you insist on forcing my hand? Did you learn nothing from our last meeting? Ah, but I forget. My words fall upon deaf ears.
The staff is but a broken relic, a memorial to the departed. What possible use could you have for it?
What use? You mean to say that all this time you kept the key, never knowing what it was you possessed?
I love when idiot villains monologue their entire freaking plan away to people who don't know anything and could not possibly resist them in the future if they don't have the knowledge to resist them. Nice of you to explain it
The
all.
staff Tupsimati, or rather the stone tablet it bears, is host to a great power. Together with the horn, it can be used to draw vast quantities of ether from its bearer's surroundings.
Which is like one of the worst things you can possibly do. But, you know, in a pinch, it might help.
How else do you think Louis Soir was able to invoke the power of the 12 without making them an offering of crystals? Summoning requires not only prayer, but a profusion of ether. Even a child knows that.
If I did not know before, you may be certain I do now. But above all, I know that we cannot allow this staff to fall into your hands. I will die before I let you take it.
I mean, that's not gonna do anything. Good luck with that, Minfilia. It's not gonna help.
I would happily end your miserable life here and now. Alas, Elidibus would never let me hear the end of it. Very well. If you will not part with the staff, I will take you too.
Great. That's right, Tiny Potato. Just stand there and do nothing. I mean, it's tradition at this point. Just stand around doing nothing, Warrior of Light. Just watch. Just watch while things go down. Do nothing at all. Where's my machinist interrupt, game? I need a machinist interrupt now.
After them! Quickly! Before the rift closes!
Just pull out my gun. Shoot him. Chrysalis now accessible. I wonder if they changed this one too, because there was a whole mechanic on the Chrysalis that people did not know how to handle. And it wiped you many times in this game. That was a whole mechanic they didn't understand. Where is the Chrysalis? Should be Trials, right? Oh, there it is. Oh, it's before all the Relic Reborn and the Hards and everything like that. That's weak. This is before Akafa Hard. Like, that is weak. His eye level 90, though. Okay, so they just did it out of order. Because the Chrysalis is part of the MSQ, they just did it out of order. Even though Akafa is part of the MSQ. But they just did it out of order so they could put all the Hards in, like, the same location and stuff like that. Okay. So it's not as weak as it seems. How you doing, Moon? Good? Good. Okay. Yeah, I'm just gonna stand here with my fairy, not doing anything to heal you. Yeah, you know. I mean, we're busy trying to get into the Chrysalis. I don't really have time to heal you while I'm standing around doing nothing and waiting on a duty timer. Sorry. Just, keep holding that wound, Moon. I'm sure it'll be fine. Sure, there's nothing to worry about. In the meantime, we can actually pop out and just go do other stuff while waiting on this duty timer. Since I managed to take off some of the top of my overcapped gill, I can probably go out and hawk a bunch of this crap that's sitting in my inventory at the moment that I don't need. Wish I could just get rid of, like, recruitment messages for FCs. I don't care. Also, I'll set myself to busy so people can't pester me with, like, trades and tells and stuff. This is the weirdest part of being on a free trial, is the fact that people can still send you tells even though you can't respond to them. And some people don't realize when you're on a free trial, and so they just like, hey, want to join my FC? And like all this nonsense is like, no, I don't want any of that. I can't even tell you I don't want that because I can't respond to you. So, you know, whatever.
Hello there.
Hi, Mugen. Welcome in. We're finishing up 2.5 today, and I'm about half-ish, I think, way through the story. Maybe a little more? No, with all the big cutscenes and stuff at the end, I'm probably about half-ish way through. So it's probably going to end up taking me about somewhere between about 5 or 6 hours total to get through this. I'm almost up to 3 already. Oh boy, what is this freaking lag? Why is there so much lag? Let's go ahead to Limsa too. I can go turn in my stuff at the Grand Company. Maybe check on my squadrons as well. They probably didn't succeed at anything, but I can at least see how they're doing. There it is. Now if I could just load in before the timer times out over like 45 seconds, if I could just load in, please. Sometimes I hate Limsa. Sometimes I hate Limsa just because of the sheer quantity of people that are constantly in here clogging up the frickin' server. Bro, come on. Come on. Let's see if this will get it to at least load faster. There we go. And we're in. Jesus Christ. So weird that you like never come back to this place again. Although it is in the middle of the ethereal rift, so it's not too surprising. Because this is sort of like the middle ground between the ethereal sea and the physical plane that they sort of retreat to when they die. Will you stop being a creeper around all of the female members of the Scions already and just die? At least we don't have double shield healers, that's good. Oh yeah, these things. Nope, they've already got that one. I'll just, whoop! Keep my eyes over here. I got this one. Boop. Let's just, you know, drop some shields down here. I don't even remember if this shield will last long enough. No, it did. Okay, good. Boop. Easy enough. So there's still a number of mechanics in this fight that are surprisingly, like, actually mechanical. You know what I mean? There's still a number of things going on in this fight, which is fairly surprising for most of this MSQ stuff that they're reworking over and over and over again. Yes, everyone please avoid his stuff and don't get hit. Just loves teleporting around, doesn't he? Do I still have a physical vuln? I do not. Okay, so I can take these. Did I get the magic vuln from that? Yeah, when he set off the explosion near me, that triggered the magic vuln on me. I can take this physical one here. And then I can take this magic one here. No, magic one. Ah, there we go. Oh no, wait, that was different, wasn't it? Oops. Ow, I think I got that one too late. Stupid nerd, just die. Not that it'll matter too much because he goes through this whole phase. In we go. This is what people are, like, supposed to save an LB to destroy this thing super fast. Oh, no, wait. Sorry, that was my bad. Only tanks are supposed to take that. I forgot about that one. Only tanks are supposed to take that. Yeah, I totally forgot about that. Whoop. And out we go. Yeah, even I didn't really remember the mechanics of this fight very well because you never get the Chrysalis. Like, notice how we have Mentor of Mentor is one of the people in here. It's like, probably only the Mentors are getting Chrysalis. Like, the people who are doing it for MSQ Prog and Mentors are about all who get this. Hey! Got a lot of achievements out of that. Cassian Man, into the Dungeons 5. And everyone's gone. Oof, my relic is spirit bonded again. Jesus, I've had this stage of the relic for way too long. Defeat Nabriales, yep. Complete 40 unique instance dungeon raids or trials. Okay. Great White Serpent of Squidge! Oh man, that one was crazy. Did the New Year's event. Alright, let's get out of here and let's get more of this storyline, shall we? My thanks. Yeah, cool, great, good for you. Let's go. I don't know why I got 2 commends out of that. That makes no sense. I did that terribly. But I guess I kept other people alive, so there's that.
You're safe. Thank the 12.
Oh, cool. There he goes. Now let's blast this nerd. Nope.
You may have bested me this day, but what of the next? What of all the days to come?
I guess we'll just have to nuke you, nerd.
Remember, light no longer holds sway here. I may return whensoever I wish, again and again and again. Eventually, you will falter, and the staff will be mine.
You just stop talking
Until
already?
next
Like, none
time,
of this
sons.
matters. None of this is going to come to pass, so stop talking.
There will be no next time. This is the end.
Huzzah! We have captured a Pokemon! Now throw him in the box and let's never use him. Because he's a dork.
What? What trickery is this? No. No. You cannot. No.
Ta-da! Now chuck him in the box.
Use Tube Samati to gather ether. Quickly!
Tell
before he
Bill to
breaks
keep
free.
him. I don't want that Pokemon.
Concentrate. Call to mind the time you struck down La Habrea with the Blade of Light.
Uh-huh, sure.
Why won't it work? Is it because we lack the blessing of light?
No. It's literally just quantity of ether.
Damn it. So much ether. And it still isn't enough.
Fools! No mortal prison can contain me. I shall make you pay for your insolence.
Not really. This ain't gonna go great for us, but it's gonna go much worse for you.
Please, Mother Heidelin, hearken to our plea. Lend us your divine light.
Eh.
Why can you not hear us? Do our words no longer reach you?
If only we had a bit more ether.
I know where we can find some. But it's not gonna be nice.
Moonbreeder, what are you doing?
Master Louisoix, I understand now. The choice you made. In death, there is life. Farewell, Urianger. You daft old coot.
Like, the slowest walk imaginable.
Moonbreeder,
Anything possible that you could do to stop her,
you
but...
mustn't.
No, just let it go.
What? No! It cannot end! I am eternal! I am immortal!
You are a nerd! And the first of the Asians to get blasted! Bye-bye! The weirdest part about that is ultimately it really wouldn't matter that much to the Asians what I just did. Because he's not even one of the Unsundered. So I think they could just go to another world, find his counterpart, and just make that dude the new Nabriales. Like, I think they could replace that guy pretty easily. And they don't, but ultimately I think that was almost for nothing.
You did it, my friend. The Asian is dead.
Good job, Moon. You're done good.
This device is a legacy of Moonbreeder's toils and sacrifice.
I mean, it's just something.
I shall hold on to it for safekeeping.
Some random stick that she was carrying around. Also, wasn't that one supposed to let us channel ether itself? So she hooked it up to a crystal, but maybe that thing isn't meant to channel. I don't know. For some reason, that device did, like, nothing.
Oh, we were surveying northern Thanalan when we received the distress call. We returned as swiftly as we were able.
Too late.
It seems you have everything in hand, however.
What happened here? Where is Moonbreeder?
So some things happened. And, you know...
She gave her life to temper the blade of light. I have no words.
That's a first.
Rather than await the inevitable.
I guess I should be taking this more seriously, but,
Does Orionge know?
He does now.
My friend, there is something I must tell you.
I heard all, my lady. The moon sinketh, taking her leave of the heavens.
Jesus, dude.
Yet her passing heraldeth the coming of a new day.
Jesus, Orionge.
Moonbreeder hath fulfilled her destiny, hath she not?
Even now you can't stop talking like this?
Long ago, far across the seas in the Charlayan motherland, Moonbreeder and I did study under the sage tutelage of Master Louis Soir. Full oft did he impress upon us that knowledge existeth to serve the greater good. This sentiment, however, was contrary to the nation's policy of neutrality, which censured intercedence in the affairs of foreign lands. In spite of vehement opposition, he founded the Circle of Knowing, and journeyed hitherto the heart of Eorzea. Through his noble sacrifice, was the realm spared its doom.
Sure.
Yet
His
this
Super
great
Saiyan moment.
soul, whom all should rightly have honored, was branded a pariah in his own land. His peers did accuse him of forsaking his duty as a man of learning, and of meddling in the course of history.
Bro, we don't have 10 years for you to tell me one
behind,
sentence.
Master
Get on
Louis
with it.
Soir gave no word to signal his intent to Moonbreeder. Close as they were, as master and disciple, she was deeply wounded by the sudden exclusion from his confidence. Above all, however, she was confused. Try as she might, she could ill comprehend her master's motive. Thus, for years upon end, she knew not what to believe. Torn as she was, twixt the man whom she revered, and the man who forsook her and his duty.
I have no more ad snoozes, and Oriange is just gonna push this cutscene into the ads.
Never forsake his duty, much less one of his own.
This I know full well, my lady. 'Twas not for want of love that Master
Maybe I'll
Louis
literally
Soir
take a
hid his
break
intent.
and just go get a drink of water
He
while
but
this ad's
desired
running.
that Moonbreeder discover her own path, free of the shadow of his influence. Long did I contemplate revealing the truth to her, and long did I hold my peace.
Yeah.
After all, was it
He won't
not
shut
Master
up, so I'm
Louis
actually going to
Soir's
take
wish
a
that she
break
come
during
to the
this
truth
ad.
unaided? I told myself it was, and resolved to let her suffer. Knowingly did I deny my friend the comfort she craved. And now she hath gone to her rest, with doubt still in her heart. Speakest thou in earnest? Did Moonbreeder truly come to understand Master Louis Soir's will before the end?
I mean, for a second or two.
The realization hath set her free. She may now find the peace which hath for so long eluded her. Oh, Moonbreeder, my dearest, how I shall miss thee.
Moonbreeder gave her life that we might possess the means to defeat the Ascians. Her sacrifice must not be in vain. Let us continue her work on the Blade of Ether and see it to completion.
I mean, we barely ever use the Blade of Ether again.
My lady, I would mourn Moonbreeder in mine own way. I beg your permission to return to the Waking Sands.
To make weird, creepy little dolls of her.
Of course, my friend. Take all the time you require. We shall be here should you have need of us.
Yeah. The Charlian manner to celebrate Moonbreeder's life and mourn her passing. I don't really care. I'll go with crit, I guess. In memory of Moonbreeder. Fitting would gather before the mark of the scholar. And Wrathfrost and his sacred Thalia, guardian deity, the city of learning. Pray for our dear friend's soul and bid her a peaceful return to the light of the Mother Crystal. I mean, that is pretty much where she goes. Yeah. I always forget that this one's like right here in Mordona, but that's because you only really go to it for this one quest. So it did end up dropping a few frames, but not too many. And I assume it was pretty much all during the ad break, so it doesn't matter too much. I don't know why I ended up dropping frames, though. Maybe it's just too hot in my room and my computer's overheating. I don't know. Right into... I guess there's a path. And then these enemies are high enough level that they would try to attack you if you were a normal, like, ARR player. You don't really think about how often they send you through areas that, like, the enemies would totally try to attack you if you were limited to level 50. Okay.
Forgive me, Moonbreeder. Had I been quicker or wiser, but I was not, and you paid the price. But you would not suffer us to wallow in our sorrow, would you? You would tell us to pick ourselves up and get on with it. And so we shall. We shall defend this realm and her people to the last.
Life for death, a fair exchange. Other bargains will be struck.
What an annoying little lizard. I'm back. Oh, crud, these mountains are a little taller than I thought. Oh, God, I'm stuck. Darn you, game. Stupid unpassable areas, man. They should never have put the world height limit anywhere below any geographical obstacle in the map. I have that same problem with Little Alamigo. If you dare try and fly out when you teleport into that town, you're just gonna smack your head on the world height map barrier. Like, they should always have put the world height barrier higher than the geography of the map. Because it's just annoying when it looks like you can fly over something and then you just smack your head on nothing. No, don't care. President's only and enemies step aside, don't care. Moving on. Rest to my rest. Pain we must learn to bear if we to forge ahead. Mm-hmm. Lots of people died. Yeah, yeah. You have to convince yourself to keep going. Seriously? I'm a tiny potato. I'm no one's pillar of strength. Well, I'll be around for about another 3 days with you until we're separated pretty much forever. How is this like the end? Yeah. See, no achievement or anything. I think I'm only about halfway through the MSQ, though. That's really annoying. Ida wishes a word with you, okay? Not been herself since Moon's passing. You're definitely meant to sort of stop there, though. Because look at this acting as if, like, days or weeks have gone by since Moon died. It's like, she's not been herself since Moon's passing. It's like, as at least, like, a day or two, probably. So you were meant to stop there, but I'm not, which means I probably almost certainly got, like, 3 more hours of this, if not more. That sucks a little bit. Realizing just how long 2.5 is going to be. Why is my freaking bitrate fluctuating like this? What is the matter with it? Why is it so problematic? It's no use trying to stay positive. It's just hard, you know? Tell me off if she saw me mopey around like this. Getting her a special flower, huh? A moon daisy with Rowena a little while ago, and it's ready to be picked up. Find Rowena a bit difficult at the best of times. Well, this isn't one of them. Oh, God. Alright, go collect a flower for her. Yeah, I find Rowena a little difficult at the best of times, too. Rowena. Come on, spawn in. Yeah, I'm definitely having problems with my computer at the moment. I've got to be because of the serious amount of lag, and I'm losing frames occasionally. Not too often, but more than I'd want to. Bet you're running errands now. Those Zions really know how to make the most of your talents. Best on how to say no, they'll have you mucking out the chocobo stables next. God. Plus, I got a wide selection of headwear in stock if she ever needs to replace that dowdy old mask of hers. Always got something extra to sell people. Always trying to upsell them on something. Alright, I have to fly out and around this mountain because the game sucks. It is annoying. No, it's because the stupid flight wasn't meant for this area, and they just never really made the area better for flight. which is so dumb. Like, they just drag and dropped flight into these areas that really weren't designed for it. Which I'd prefer, but then change the world height. She just will not take no for an answer. She insists I replace my visor with something more fashionable. She says it again, and then again, and again. It drives me crazy. You do this for me.
I'll never forget you, Moon. None of us will.
And Lizard's back again. It's like...
The song riseth to
absolutely the game expected you to take a break after Moon died. Because, like, you come out to Wrathfrost and then go back and the quest ends, and then they give you a little epilogue sentence, like they do with the black screen and the text and all that. And then the next quest is come out to Wrathfrost and hear Midgard's Ormer speak again. It's like... they absolutely just wanted you to stop after that. But I'm not. So here we go. Time for the steps of faith.
Is that what I think it is?
Hello, can you hear me? We have received grave tidings from Ishgard.
Yup.
Pray return to the Rising Stones at once.
Pray return. Not to the Waking Sands, but still. Alright. What more do we have, really? Because we have Steps of Faith, and then we have the investigation with the Crystal Braves and all that, but I can't think of too much more? Story-wise? It's weird that it feels like they wanted you to take a break after Moon died. Because that feels like it's probably about halfway through that MSQ chunk then, but I can't remember enough to fill, like, the next 3 hours. I mean, the final cutscenes and stuff, yeah, there's a lot of those. Where it's like, a bunch of scenes will play in sequence, blah, 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 kind of thing at the end. But, like, I don't remember there being enough actual quests and stuff to fill, like, another 3 hours. Maybe I'm just wrong about that? Like, aggressively forgetting whole chunks of this or something? But I think it's mostly the Steps of Faith and then the investigation with the Crystal Braves. That's about it. And both those, I think, only take a little while. Don't care. Recent developments in Ishgard leave us little time to mourn. They'll soon arrive and must hasten to hear the report. Defenders for Ishgard. Yep, of course. What do you got? Then their attack in earnest. The first wave reached the Central Highlands a short while ago. Battle was joined soon thereafter. Sallied forth with contingent of temple knights, several companies of the noble house's finest. The beasts were ultimately forced into retreat. Our victory, if such it may be called, came at the cost of many of our own. Won't withstand a second wave should the Dravanians renew their assault. It pricks our pride. It is plain we cannot protect Ishgard with our ranks, thus thinned by the Horde. Meet with you to discuss the possibilities of enlisting your aid. The involvement is by no means assured. Our commitment to quelling the unrest in Uldam must take precedence. Mind that I must make another request. Scions are known for sharing close ties with all three of the grand companies. She consent to plead our case to their leaders. Yeah, you're not gonna receive a favorable reply for that. So we're considering our past dealings with the Arzian Alliance. I can well imagine how our plea will be received. Let's explore every avenue still open to us. So envoys to each nation, directly the heads of the grand companies. Does receive a favorable answer. Know that any support is certain to be conditional. Demands will be made of Ishgard. Alright. Fully sanctioned by the Holy See. Personal appeal. Lord Commander much desires to speak with you, regardless of your fellow's involvement. Faced Midgard's armor and survived. Anything you could share of your experience may yield us an advantage over our foe. Like, nothing, really. Like, there's, like, nothing I could share with you, honestly. Alright, back to Dragonhead. They're freaking giant ballistas on the towers. Hi, Closet.
The sons must answer for their father's misdeeds. Only then will the cycle be broken.
Actually, no. The cycle will just be renewed for another generation.
Brothers and sisters of the heavens, we raise our voices and join you in the chorus.
Yeah, great. They don't care. Literally none of the dragons care about you.
Undone. Come, claim your retribution.
What an idiot. Especially this early on, she is. Like, she does some really messed up stuff in ARR. My bitrate really is fluctuating a bit. Not enough to really be a problem, but I am occasionally dropping frames and my bitrate going down, and I can only assume it must be because my computer is just overheating a lot because of everything. Luckily, I will be lightening the load a little bit after today's stream. Some men are of trouble at the gates of judgment. Had to fly out to the gates of judgment just to see it for ourselves. Although I guess they have to sort of show off Ishgard a little bit for those who didn't play 1.0. Mere doors, the outermost layers of Ishgard's magical wards, our first line of defense could be so easily shattered. Yep. There are several layers of arcane protection that shield the city from invasion. Mother will be fine. Or not. Take scum, how dare they meddle with our divine protections. Rid our nation of their blasphemy, even if it means cutting them down one by one. Like, that's gonna end up being a problematic viewpoint too later. Felt the marrow freeze in my bones. Lady Iceheart, oh boy. I was telling blow against Ishgard. Yep, they tore down some of the defenses. Chance to hear that there'd been trouble at the gates. I thought it prudent to investigate. Alright then. Followers against their defenders and came close enough to dispel the first of our wards. There's more back at the camp. The worms roar. Hey, Zagai. What's up? Just realizing that 2.5 is quite a bit longer than I thought it was. I think I'm only about halfway done with it. So, probably got a few more hours to go to finish it up today. Yeah, didn't realize just how long it was going to be. Risk direct action against the city. Yeah, let's go meet with them. I mean, I could call it and put off the end of 2.5 for another week, but I'm kind of just want it to be done. But how much longer do I really have? I'm struggling because it probably has like another 3 hours worth in it, because I got to the end with Moon and got like the, oh, here's our little text thing over black screen, which tells me maybe I'm about halfway through, which means I'll probably need another like 3 hours to get through this, which is not exactly what I'm looking for. But I also don't remember there being 3 hours more of material in this. But I may be forgetting a chunk of the MSQ here. Countenance of a friend when one's homeland teeters upon the very brink of disaster. A misstep could send us plunging into the abyss. Your heroic presence stokes the flames of courage within my heart. Dragon to listen to my prattling. Lord Commander has arrived. Would treat with you and the intercessory. Maybe I should put it off for another week. That might actually be better timing-wise. Because it gives me a little more time to work on crafting my higher level sets and work on advancing the Ixal, so that I might be ready to go almost straight into the Bahamut stuff and all that, like as soon as I finish 2.5. Let me look at the quest notes. for the patch archives. That'll give me an idea. Quests. Good intentions really thrown demand on the counter-offensive. Wait. Did they add more main scenario? It looks like only the stuff with Moon might have been in 2.5, and then later they added more quests. Did they do that? I don't know. I don't pay enough attention to the game to know if, like, they usually add more quests in 2.55 or 2.58 or something like that. Maybe they do. I don't know. 2.57 is just various changes. 5.6 is just final coil of Bahamut. Adjustments, not big changes, just adjustments. So 5.5 quests. Okay, they added more quests in 2.55. Oh Jesus, that's Fender's First Guard, Worm's Roar, committed to the consequences of... Okay, yeah, that's a big list. That's a big list. I did not realize they add more quests in the 2.55. Where basically you got 2 patches, or like, yeah, 2 patches worth of story content in 2 separate patches in the same, like, patch cycle. I didn't realize that happened. So yeah, I probably will go ahead and call it here. There's actually a lot more quests in this list. Like, at least as many as there were in the 2.5 list. Probably even more than that in this list. So, plus I have a number of cutscenes will play in sequence after the blah 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 at the end of this that I have to sit through. So I really don't want to do that right now. Alright. Yeah. I will go ahead and call it for